and the funny thing is, Jack, people may think because you've seen it in movies and that the chomos, child molesters, back east they call them diddlers, when they come to prison that they get beatings all the time. Well, when they're in the holding facilities ahead of time, they do. But once they kind of get sentenced, nah, they lead a pretty normal prison life. But nobody talks to them. That we make them talk to each other.
Yeah.
Now, and the higher securities, they're not even there. They kill them. But if we make them talk to each other, so that girl didn't say anything that's not true. They're shunned. That's their punishment. But they're not in any danger.
No. In the higher facilities, they do, because in the higher facilities, those guys, the inmates, aren't going anywhere. They're in. Most of them are never getting out. So they don't give a shit what they do. So they're not going to put them there. So they put them in facilities like Latuna. And I remember when they started bringing more into Latuna, they had a meeting. The correctional officer did and said, hey, because one of them got beat up during a softball game. Nobody knew he was a chomo. But anyway, he said, hey, watch it. If you mess with these people at all, we're going to go after you. And the funny thing about that is they said that about getting in a fight with a chomo, but in Latuna, Christ, there were people fighting every day. You know how it is over softball games or we had a basketball game one time. Our two referees in the basketball game beat the living shit out of each other while the correctional officers watched. Finally got done. Said, you guys done so we can get the game going? And they're bleeding all over going, yeah, we're good. And no one's saying about that. But if one of them had been a child molester, whew, that'd been all bad.
They tell you 5 years. When I left Victorville and I went down to Safford, and now I went from a medium high to a lower facility, and the lieutenant calls you right in and said, "Hey, first off, do you belong to any gangs?" I said, "Yeah, the Over the Hill gang." Other than that, no, I'm not in any gang. But he goes, "Look, we got a chomo program on the yard. If you assault the chomos, we're going to prosecute you and get you a 5 years a consecutive sentence." And they tell everyone that comes in, if you're transferring down from a higher security, SIS lieutenant pulls you right in and reads you the rules.
Yeah, they do. So that's where I've had a lot of people tell me out here, well, those guys that are prison, they're going to get them there. No, you're not.